Oh, you're so cool, Brewster.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
You lied and I died!
I feel a rosy air. They're coming to get you, Barbara.
How's it hanging, Phil?
From the front time, bitch!
Come and get it!
So either put the gun down now, or kiss your ass goodbye.
Let's get this party started.
I agree, Dana. Let's get this party started. So, welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge.
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
And we are Sledgehammer Horror. And let's talk
We are.
horror. So, today we are doing something very special. Not just because we get to hang out with somebody very, very close to us and a very good friend, but somebody that's been a very good friend for a long time and is their first time on a live stream.
Yeah.
So, you know him in the chat as Loki.
Yeah.
This is Cody, dude who loves movies. So, for the people that don't know you, Cody, can you tell people a little bit about what you're doing over at the channel now?
Yeah, so I just started a channel about 2 weeks ago, so I'm just getting my legs. I was Lepke Vision Films. You have seen me in the chats before. Now I'm Dude Who Loves Movies, and so I'm just learning and going as I go. Hopefully, you guys can come subscribe, come like me. I do have an Instagram as well. That's new as well. So hopefully, you guys can come over and hang out, and we can have a good time.
Yeah.
Well, and it's really easy for you guys to subscribe to his channel because guess what? It's right down in the description. So
It is.
make sure you are subscribing to his channel so you can follow along with all the amazing content. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of times, especially with our friends, we watch a lot of our friends' videos unless it contains spoilers or they're doing reviews because we don't want them to influence what we feel. And we were going to do that because of our friends. But Cody's first video audibly had me laughing out loud while I was at work. It's a great video. It's a great start to his channel. So make sure you're checking his stuff out. You're gonna love it. And if you've been here before, you know the beautiful Mel from My Killer Podcast. Mel, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's always an honor to be on here. I'm glad to be hanging out with you guys again.
Oh,
Yeah, it feels like it's been a while.
it does.
It has
And I was like, man, we're going to talk about bad sequels. Who are people that can make this a good thing for us? And you
Yeah.
were the first two that we wanted to bring on because we haven't, Cody, we've never worked with you, man. And we seen you started the channel and I was like, you know what? We got to make this happen. And Mel, it's been such a long time since you've been on here. So it was one of those things where it's like, you know what? Let's just do it. We got to make this happen. And
yeah.
you guys are almost color coordinated. Are you guys
I
on
know.
separate sides of the room right now?
I'm actually
Like, I
wearing
know,
a
He's over here.
no.
That's amazing.
That's so cool. That's amazing.
We
So
we didn't get the memo.
yeah, we didn't get the memo. I'm over here with my Blumhouse shirt like a fucking loser now. So guys, I do want to go through the chat real quick. There's a lot going on in the chat, guys, so I can't catch up to everybody. But Tatum, it's amazing to have you here. Thank you for
Hey,
stopping.
Tatum.
The View with Drew.
Hello.
There's a chance we'll talk about that. John, Ryan, Holland, how is everybody doing? That's one of the coolest
Hello.
names ever, Holland Oates. I love that. Dog Lover, what's going on?
Hey.
Louie, Gavin.
Louie.
Oh,
Gavin.
little boy Nathan here, little brother over here.
Little boy.
I didn't mean little boy, I meant little brother.
Little boy Nathan.
He's not a little
He's
boy.
like, I'm a man.
Yeah, I'm a man. You know what number one is. So I talked to the people on our beautiful panel beforehand. Yes, a lot of you know what my number one is going to be, but it's not about the destination, guys. It's about the journey. Let's build up to what that is. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody, when they seen this list, are like, oh, I know Ken's number one, but Spicy 4K action. Cody sent me over. Cody, the check's in the mail, buddy. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Yes, Charles, you beautiful bastard. You do know number one, but that is a donation for Sledgehammer Horror, guys. So you guys know what that means.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks,
Thank you
Charles.
so
Every
much.
time I hear that, I do that the rest of the night.
And that's why we do it. It's so awesome. So we got Mika here.
Hey,
Mika will
Mika.
be coming back on the channel soon. Her and Kira both. So I'm excited about that. We were finally able to rope them back in.
Nice.
I doubt very highly that's going to happen, Jay. I doubt very highly. There was one time in the 90s I was wrong, but it could happen. So yeah, everybody. Shaim is here.
Hey, Shaim.
Osor
Shaim.
is here.
Hello.
Everybody is amazing. Troy, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you.
Hi.
Oh wow, I think you're being sarcastic here, Gavin. But if not, I'm gonna have a heart attack. I thought you really, really loved that movie. But again, I thought you loved it. So Steph, we love and miss you too. Yes, we do need to get together soon. We miss you guys very, very much.
Hey, Steph.
And hey, everybody, if you would love to be in the stream, please email Ken and Ashley at yes, please do. Please make that happen. So another thing I wanted to say, guys, obviously, these are just opinions, and some of mine that are from the lowest, you're going to see me like, why is that movie so low? That movie is dog shit. I had low expectations going into some of these movies. I knew they weren't going to be very good, but I put them on anyway, just because but the ones towards the top are the ones that punched me in the wiener. So that's why they are higher on my list than the other ones, because they just completely broke me. So I didn't ask, but Cody, Mel, do you, either one of you have honorable mentions?
I don't, because this one was hard for me to do, because I'm a sequel guy, and I kind of like the ones that a lot of people don't. So we'll see how this goes.
My
Okay.
answer is much the same. I'm
Okay.
a part of another stream group where we try and torture each other with terrible movies. So I found myself not being so hard on movies because I know what's out there. So if I
Right.
had an honorable mention, I was telling Lepke this earlier, it would have been Speed 2. And then I was like, damn it, that's not a horror movie.
Oh, that's awesome. We do have honorable mentions. Do you?
I have one.
And I do want to say one more time real quick before we get started. I talked about it earlier with Cody, but I'm going to say it with Mel too. Both of their links are down in the description, guys. So make sure you're subscribing to their channels if you haven't already. You're doing yourself a disservice by not doing that. And if you haven't subscribed here, make sure you subscribe to Sledgehammer Horror. We'd love to have you along for the ride. So like I said, my honorable mentions are really, really bad movies. But going into these movies, I knew they would be. So Leprechaun Origins, I'm not a huge Leprechaun fan anyway. I think some of the movies are okay. Some are entertaining.
Yeah.
But when you get to a movie like Leprechaun Origins, where you never even see the damn leprechaun, there's a couple saving graces with some of the acting. I think some of the acting in this movie is definitely okay. But overall, not a very good movie. And I'm going to go with my least favorite in the Hellraiser franchise, and that is Hellraiser Revelations. There's nothing redeemable about this movie. Nothing. It's PlayStation quality. There's no Doug Bradley. There's just nothing about this movie stuck out to me. Whenever we did a franchise watch, I don't even think we made it all the way through this movie. But again, there was nothing for me to expect out of this movie. I went into this knowing there's no Doug Bradley. They filmed it on a Kodiak spin phone and then just, printed it out and put it together. So yeah, I had no
It was a flip
expectations.
book.
Yeah. So my honorable mentions are Leprechaun Origins and Hellraiser Revelations. What about you, my love?
The one I have is Fly 2. And I think it's disappointing because I like the first one so much.
Yeah.
And it's just like they took the first one and just made it worse and like didn't really do it. Was like nothing new except
With
for
his son.
his son. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like his, Seth Brundle's son. That's like the only new thing about it. Everything else was like copy paste pretty much.
Yeah.
So it didn't do it for me.
I completely agree. I'm going to see who got us up in the chat, and we'll actually get started on our top 10. J-Dev says, hey, everyone that said hi. My two honorable mentions are Jason Takes a Boat and Urban Cut Final Legends. Okay.
Yep.
I swear to God, I'm saying it right now. If I see it in the chat at all, you're blocked, and you know what I'm talking about.
I so badly wanted to put it on my list.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I wanted
has
to.
it.
I wanted to. But there's one that I hate more than that one, unfortunately. Don't shush me.
Really? I like Saw 6 is actually one of my favorites in that franchise. But again, to each their own. But I really love Saw 6. I know a lot of people don't like it, but that's actually 3 and 6 are probably two of my favorites in that whole franchise.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Sass.
Hey.
What's up, love? Nice to see you. I hate both Halloween 2s and Hellraiser 2. Really? I actually like Hellraiser 2 more than Hellraiser. But again, I'm one of the few. I knew it. Where is it? You two sons of bitches. Stop it. Julie, knock it off right now. I think I even jokingly said to Mel and Cody when I wrote them, the only rule is you're not allowed to put Jason Goes to Hell on your list. The movie's good, guys. Give it another watch with an open mind. Stop it.
I did, and
I still hate it. Do you want to give us your number 10, love?
Yeah, my number 10 is Jaws 2.
Jaws 2?
Yeah, so I guess I can't really say the other ones because I haven't seen them. I've only seen Jaws 2.
Well, this makes sense.
Yeah.
I actually like Jaws 2, though.
How unlucky is this freaking town? Like, they keep getting attacked by a big ass shark. Like, that is bad luck. And it's not the same as the one. Like, I feel like the first one, it was scary because like you didn't see the shark and like it was mysterious, and this one is just I don't know, it just didn't do it for me.
See, that's weird. I actually think Jaws 2 is one of the best direct sequels. Like, I think that movie is so good. Like, I'm not joking and I'm not being funny. Like, I really, really like Jaws 2, and I think that movie's a whole lot of fun. It really bums me out that you don't like it.
Jason Goes to Hell is good
oh
too,
my
so.
God. Cody, you want to give us your number 10?
Yeah. So my number 10 is a movie I actually liked a lot when I was a kid, and I love this franchise, so it hurts me to put it on here. And that's going to be Leprechaun 4 in Space. But if I knew
this is Detroit.
If I knew that we could do prequels, it would have been Leprechaun Origins, because I hate that movie, Leprechaun Origins.
Yeah. I know it's technically a prequel.
You didn't explain that?
Yeah, I know. It's technically a prequel.
Well.
Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
It is technically a prequel. I know, but still, it was just dog shit. Either way, it was dog shit.
Yeah, but I did rewatch Leprechaun 4 about 2 years ago, and it was like I rewatched them all around St. Patrick's Day, and Leprechaun 4 was pretty hard to get through.
Dude, right at the beginning, when he was like, this place is disgusting and filthy, and the other guy's like, it's all right, I've been to Detroit. I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. All right? That's my home. It's my city. All right? Fuck you. I'm going to call Eminem, and we're going to make a diss track about you. But no, like, I agree with you. And it's funny because, like, growing up, you know, as a young boy, I loved the Leprechaun franchise. You know, like when those movies would come on Showtime, or, you know, even Leprechaun in Space. I remember being a young boy and laughing so hard when he looks at his dong, or when you have the middle finger at the end of the movie. Like, I remember those things, and I'm like,
or like the huge face that, like, when he gets what is it, like a pan, like a pizza pan?
Yeah,
when
it's
like
I remember those moments, and I'm like, yeah, this is really funny. But then, like, I go back and watch it now, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't like these movies at all. Warwick Davis is the only saving grace in all those movies. Like, Warwick Davis is so good. But I'm also one of the few, and I know that people are going to shit on me for it. I think the very last one, the sci-fi original one, is the best one in the whole franchise. That's the one when we did our rewatch for our franchise ranking and for St. Patrick's Day. That was the one that I was like, wow, this is the best one on this franchise to me. So that, and it was cool seeing Caroline Williams die in 3. I did like that.
Bringing up that beef again.
So how about you, Mel? What's your number 10?
You guys are breaking my heart. I love the Leprechaun movies. I think they're so clever in some of their dialogue where he like rhymes literally everything that he says.
I like I said, I love Warwick Davis. And I love, like, I think some of the movies are very entertaining. They're just, when I go back, there's not one that I can think of except for the very last one where I watch it and I'm like, wow, I would like to watch that again. Like, that just doesn't happen for me with this franchise.
What's the
I
rap
laugh
that he
so
makes?
hard during them though. What's
The
that?
rap the rap that he does in
Oh my
Leprechaun in the Hood.
So I do want to put this on record. I love the Leprechaun movies, but the fourth one is the one I can't get through the most. But I do think that Leprechaun Back to the Hood is highly underrated and has the best third act of all the movies.
Well, we said that when we did our franchise ranking. Like, yeah, I will say that Leprechaun in the Hood, Leprechaun Back to the Hood, and even Leprechaun 3, the Vegas one, like I guess like I could watch those ones and not be like, if those ones were on, I wouldn't be bummed. You know, I wouldn't be like, fuck, these movies are on.
Right.
All the rest though, like even the first one, like I don't get a lot of enjoyment out of the first one. But again,
I never watched Origins, so I don't know. Because like by the time they got to that point, I was kind of like, no, I'm not gonna watch that one.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I won't watch ones that I know that are gonna make me angry. So
well, and it's like it's not the Leprechaun. It's like a little monster. Like he has no dialogue. He's like,
it's
really, it looks horrible too.
Yeah, and you
like
barely
when
ever
you
see him.
do see it, it looks like shit. Like,
it looks like it's like night vision almost every time you see him. Like it's really bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I didn't.
And they use the WWF wrestler Hornswoggle, the little guy. He's the
one
couldn't
tell. Yeah.
So you could have done so much with it, but the newest one, the one that was a sci-fi original, I strongly recommend you watch that.
It is good. It is good. Yeah.
It is a direct sequel to part 1. They cut out everything that happened in the middle, and they kind of went the
Leppy got to glow up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Leppy definitely got to glow up in this one. So what's your number 10, Mel?
I love that. Okay, so this one is way out there. I'm just gonna preface this with I had the hardest time making this list. I saw Master Chaos in the comments. I blame him. It's all his fault because my tolerance for movies is just it's not even there anymore. Like I like everything now. But so my number 10 is Lawnmower Man 2.
Oh wow.
A lot of these are direct sequels, and here's why. So I was allowed to watch a lot of different movies when I was a kid, and Lawnmower Man was one of my faves. I don't know why. I really liked that movie. So then when I saw Lawnmower Man 2, it really pissed me off. I didn't like what they did with it. They didn't have the same characters in there, and it kind of hurt my soul a little bit just watching it. So Lawnmower Man 2 is my number 10. My list is a little out there, but
I dig it.
My number 10 is my least favorite in a franchise that is one of my favorites. And it's so low because I had a feeling I loved this as a kid. You were talking earlier, Cody, about a movie you loved as a kid. I loved this movie as a kid. And it's Jason Takes Manhattan. As a kid, I really, really liked this movie. This might have been my favorite when I was a little boy. Just because I thought, you know, for those of you that don't know, I've always been really, really, really big into boxing. Boxing is something that is a huge passion for me as well. I love boxing. And that scene up on the roof with Kane Hodder eating all those punches, like as a kid, I was like, man, this is so awesome to see Jason in almost a boxing match to me. But then I go back and rewatch it now, and this movie is bad. Bad. Like the things that I thought were cool as a kid, I guess I've gotten a little smarter. Like seeing Jason in the mirror, or at the end when the toxic waste is flooding in the sewer, and he's like, "Mommy, help me!" I'm like, "What the fuck are we doing?" You know? Or, yeah,
that one is so much. That one is one of my favorites. So I have the mask from it and everything. I love
that's
that
awesome.
But I hate the ending of
oh yeah. But see, like there's so much about the movie that like I don't know. Like I still don't hate the movie, and I've said that before. I do get entertainment out of the movie, but it's just like as I've gotten older, I would really have liked to have seen more of Jason in Manhattan. I think that like the shots that we do get of like him in Times Square or taking his mask off and scaring the punks, like I think those scenes are fucking epic. And if we could have gotten a whole movie of that, I think that it would have subverted what everybody knew it was going to be. So 10 for me, Jason Takes Manhattan. We'll catch up on the chat real quick. And again, guys, if we skip any of your stuff, I'm sorry. But there's a lot of people in here tonight, and it's amazing. And there's Master Chaos, dude and dudettes swinging by to say hello. We appreciate you.
There he is.
Yeah, you'll love Jaws 2 if you see 3 and 4. That'll make you love them.
I believe it.
Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows, good choice. We may talk about that again later. Saw 3D, Pinko Blood. My number 10 is Hellraiser 2. Wow. Oh yeah, see, Ashley's not a Hellraiser fan either, honestly, but I like 2 more than 1. I always have. Really, Psycho 3. I don't hate any of those movies. I think 3 would probably be the worst of the franchise. I really enjoy 2 and 4 a lot, but I can see why that's on there. Jaws 3D, Jaws 2 rules. I know. I'm trying. Friday 5. Sean, what are you doing to me, buddy? No, it's all good, man. Every Wrong Turn sequel. Well, I don't know. I like the newest one, the Wrong Turn Foundation. I thought that was pretty good. But again, aside from American Werewolf in Paris, what werewolf movie or TV show do you think has the worst werewolf transformation effects? All of them.
I have liked American Werewolf.
So did I. So did I. I was gonna be quiet. I was like, I actually like that
no,
one.
I can't be quiet on that one. It's entertaining. Come on. Oh no. At least we didn't get canceled.
Yeah, no, the night is young.
Right.
Okay. I don't know. Like, honestly, werewolf is probably one of my least favorite genres of film. I think there's great ones. One of my favorite movies of all time is American Werewolf in London, and it has very little to do with the werewolf itself. It has more to do with the love story and the bleak ending. The practical effects are just fucking fantastic.
Yeah, but the transformation in that one is
Epic.
really good.
Oh, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Silver Bullet's good enough, I guess.
Silver Bullet.
Yeah, and it's only because of Daddy from People Under the Stairs.
Yeah. Oh, People
that guy, he's so scary to me.
He is a scary mother.
He's amazing. He pulls off
he's
crazy
great.
well.
Oh, so
he
good.
does for sure.
But I don't know. What's the worst werewolf transformation you guys have seen? I would have said American Werewolf in Paris. Honestly, I hate the CGI in that movie. But what would you guys say your least favorite werewolf?
I can't think off the top of my head.
Yeah, same. That's a good question, View. I'm gonna think about that one.
Yeah.
Sinister 2. Ooh, spitting fire early.
Girl.
Super sticker from Tatum. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Tatum.
We appreciate it. We already hit you guys with a new baby, so we're gonna go the opposite route this time.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Yeah, boy.
Thank you. We appreciate it so much. I can't get started on that movie.
Yeah.
All sequels, not just the second movie, Jeepers Creepers Reborn, is all 10 spots on my list. We should have said that at the beginning, damn it. Yes, this is not just direct sequels. This can be any movie in a franchise. I'm sorry we didn't say that off the top, guys. Creepshow 3. We will talk about that one again. The Caroline Williams. No, the beef with me and Caroline Williams will never die.
It's dead for her.
Yeah, she forgot about it. I didn't.
I will never let this go.
I'm not gonna let it go. We're gonna talk about this forever.
Great.
Jeepers Creepers 3 is worse than Reborn. I agree. Where horror franchises go to die.
This is true.
That's true. I will say Jason X was after Goes to Hell, so remember that.
That means nothing to me.
Not knowing what happened between Ken and Caroline Williams. DM me, T. Parker, and I will give you the whole story on what happened with me and Caroline
Everybody
Williams.
doesn't know this by now.
Yeah. That's a legit thing for people that don't know. Me and Caroline Williams had an internet beef, and I think it's one of the funniest things ever. But yeah, DM me, and I'll tell you the whole story.
Oh my gosh.
Brett Mann's here.
Yo.
I'm making this list. Yeah. Some of mine, I don't even like the first one. I think the sequels are worse than even the first one. All right, guys, I don't want to keep these lovely people here all night, but I did want to, Jason Takes Manhattan as a guilty pleasure. Dude, and you talk shit on Jason goes,
Yeah.
I came out to have a good night. Killer Sledge and Dudes. Oh my.
Yeah.
Love
That's
it.
what's up.
All right, guys. So we will get back into our list. Chat, you guys are awesome. Continue to give your list with each other. All the Night of the Demon sequels. Why? Good call. Just keep interacting with each other. If we miss anything, I promise you guys we love you. We appreciate you so much. But again, I don't want to keep these guys all night. Cody, do you want to start us off with your number 9?
Yes, this is going to be, I haven't seen it since theaters, but it's Alien vs. Predator, the first one. And I didn't like this one at all, so I never saw the second one.
I think we've all been there, man.
Yeah.
That's
sure.
fair.
Yeah.
What about you, Mel? What's your number 9?
I'm gonna take a play from Shaheem, and I'm gonna say all the From Dusk Till Dawn sequels.
All
Just all
right.
of them.
All of them.
See, and that's another one. Like, I really liked the first one. I've never seen any of the sequels. So
I've seen them all, but they just they blend together. There's nothing memorable about them. That first movie was so great. Like, I just wanted a great sequel, and we didn't get one. And so I poo-pooed the rest of them.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Was the show good?
I did watch the TV show. It's kind of lingering in like a hiatus right now, right? They never actually even finished it. But
Yeah.
I mean, no, it wasn't good.
Okay.
Don't bother.
I like how you built it up.
Right.
You're like, well, I did watch it. It's kind of lingering, but no, it's a piece of shit.
Never mind.
All right. My number 9, we're gonna need a bigger boat because we've had 4 of these now. So Jaws 4: The Revenge. Just fucking ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Like, the shark follows them it's no Brody. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
It gives sharks a bad name.
I'm never gonna talk to them. But
how do you know?
That's true. If I ever meet a shark, I hope he has a ringtone that's the Jaws' theme. Fish are friends, not food. Jaws 4: The Revenge. So I'm going with that one. I think that's the worst one in the franchise. But again, it's so low on my list. It's probably one of the worst movies on my list, but it's so low just because I expected it. I expected it to not be a very good movie. So number 9 for me, Jaws: The Revenge.
So my number 9 is A Book of Shadows, The Blair Witch Project 2. This movie is all over the place. Like, there's so many characters doing so many different things, and it's hard to keep up. And like, it's just, they didn't do like everything from the first one. They completely just erased. Like, nothing mattered from the first one. And it was horrible.
They didn't even try to match that first one at all with that one.
No, at all.
No.
Yeah, it was horrible. He made me watch it again like a couple months ago. I was like, what? Like, this is bad.
We did watch it a couple
months ago. He was like,
ago.
let's just give it a try. Maybe it was just because we were young. And I was like, no, I don't think so.
That's fair. I've watched a couple movies recently where I really liked them. And now I'm like, so as you grow, your feelings change. But yeah, that one's still not good.
Yeah, that one's still just, didn't change anything.
No. To me, that movie is lazy writing. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay.
Number 3, Terminator 3: Rise of the Snooze Fest. We got Alien vs. Predator rules. Leprechaun 4: Lost in Space. Yes, that movie was dog shit. American Psycho 2. I took American Psycho 2 off my list.
So did
to add on what would eventually be my next one. I just want to say that.
We may be talking about that one again.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. TV show is Fire. Mel is high and finished with season 3. Oh, there it is. TV show is hot. Is Fire. Mel is high. And it is finished. I read it as one concurrent sentence. TV show is Fire. Mel is high and finished.
I think I'm high right now because I don't know what you're saying.
I need somebody to figure this one out.
Hey, well, thank you for stopping in, Matthew. We appreciate you even stopping in to say hello.
Have a good night, Matthew.
Yeah. Sequanda Films.
Hey.
What's going on? Yeah, not even if Michael Caine can't do it, no one can do it. I just want to throw that out there. Michael Caine is amazing. Oh, Mika, you're killing me. I actually like that one a lot.
Yeah.
But again, to each their own. Oh, Cecily, have you seen the newest one? The one that just came out? If you haven't, I suggest you watch it. It's 2016, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
I say it like it's new. Holy shit, that's like 8 years ago.
I know.
It's a newer movie.
Really not that new.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, so do I.
I'm like 2006. That wasn't that long ago.
Right. Yeah, check that one out, Cess. I think you'll really like that one. Jason Takes Manhattan, which is it is very boring. Paranormals 1. Really, Jordan?
1 to all.
Right here, wow. The last one, or the one where they're in the Amish camp, Next to Kin, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I really liked that one a lot. Yes, it is so good.
So good.
Is it good?
It took what the original ones did, but it made them so much more action packed and fun with a good twist to it. I really, really liked that one a lot.
Me too.
See right here. Love the Blair Witch Project, but hate the other two. I hated the last one. Wow, I really liked that last one. I thought it was really good. But again, to each their own. I refuse to watch American Psycho 2. Yeah. It was hard for me to keep that off the list.
But I feel like that one was one that was just like, it's kind of similar, so let's just throw this name on it. Like it really had nothing to do with the first one.
Right. It wasn't my cup of tea.
It was all right.
It was all right, though.
It's all right.
There's way worse movies in the Hellraiser franchise than the new reboot they had. I will say that. Yeah. I just wish it would have been a little more sexual. Yeah, well, I mean, like, look at it. Like, the movies are the OG movies are all BDSM. You know, it's all over sexualized. That's what it is. Like, I'm not saying I want to see a bunch of boobs everywhere. I wanted it to be. No, that's not what I said. I want it to be more.
There wasn't enough boobs.
Yeah, no, I need more butt cracks. No, it's just that's what it was always about. It was always over sexualization in the Hellraiser movies and the BDSM.
I might tag on to that too, because I kind of wanted it to be a little more dirty. Because didn't the gore seem a little clean?
Yes.
Anybody else? Because the other movies, it's like, especially the first one, when the guy's walking around without his skin, it was gross and it was like icky and oozy. And this one was like, it was kind of clean. It was like scrubbed gore.
And that's what I'm saying. When I say I wanted it more sexual, I'm not like sexual assault or more boobs or actual sex. I just wanted more like sexuality in it, because that's what the original movies were. Like, I'm shutting up. I'm gonna all right, guys. So we are up to what, our number 8 now, and that will be Mel starting us off.
Ooh, me. Okay, so this one isn't technically a horror movie, but it has a werewolf in it. So I'm gonna go Teen Wolf 2. That movie is so boring. It's so boring.
I love Jason Bateman.
I mean, I love him too, but I didn't like him in this movie.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I've never seen it.
Okay, so I used to watch that a lot when I was a kid, and I got so disappointed when I went to. In my mind, it was high school, so I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go to high school and be on the boxing team." There's no boxing team on my high school.
No, he's in college.
Yeah. When I rewatch it later, I'm like, "Oh, he's in college."
Well, but the thing that pissed me off about the movie was like, they just like, they didn't even change the characters, you know, like they should have done, if they were gonna not have Michael J. Fox in it and like all of his people, just make it a completely different story or something like that. But they had like the dad and they didn't have Michael J. I don't know. Yeah, it was just annoying.
I agree with you. I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard everybody that I've talked to has said that they hate that movie. So I agree with what you're saying. I'm gonna have to watch it eventually.
It's fun.
I mean, definitely watch it, because it's you know, it goes with the first one. Yeah, you can buy them together. It's worth seeing once, so you can tell people like legitimately it sucks.
Well, I do want to say that you know, it's a werewolf movie. It's definitely a horror movie. If you're a werewolf movie, I put you on the horror spectrum, man.
Okay, perfect. I was a little worried about that one. I was like, I don't know if I should put this on.
For sure. My number 8 is the worst movie on my list. It's a bad movie. It's a very bad movie. But again, I went in knowing it was going to be bad. And I'm one of the few that didn't even like the second one in this franchise. And I'm lukewarm on the first one. But I am excited about the sequel they just announced. So it is I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer.
You don't like the first one?
I'm lukewarm on it.
You didn't like any of them.
Listen, you go back and watch the first I Know What You Did Last Summer now. And listen, it's got a bunch of big names in it. Ryan Phillippe.
Yeah, I know.
But the acting is trash in that movie.
Like this.
Don't care. Don't.
This is where they began.
I could tell it was a beginning.
I have a special.
Like we go back and we just rewatched the first I Know What You Did Last Summer, like last year at some point, and I was like, "What in the fuck?" Like it's. Again, I respect and love a lot of the actors in that movie. Yeah. But you could tell they were babies when they made this movie because they're not good at all. How they grew from this to Scooby-Doo, I will say that. So
me, I'll agree with you. If you're still in the chat, we went and rented that movie. I pretended that I was like an adult and I rented it under my mom's name. And I was like, yeah, like I got away with it. And we took it home. Like the second one.
Yeah. The one with Rastafari and Jack Black.
Yeah, and then we like watched it in her mom's bedroom and like ran down the stairs screaming. So yeah,
It did have Brandy in it though.
it did have
was
Brandy
dope.
in it. It was her best friend.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not a fan. But I will say this: that movie deserves fucking awards in comparison to what I'll always know what you did last summer.
Yeah,
that movie is just dog shit, man. Like the acting, the locations, the film, like everything about that movie, like even the way they shot it. They took it to Colorado, like, and the killer, there's no cute reveal to him. It's still the same guy, but his ghost out there killing for some reason. Like, there's so much in this movie that is so fucking stupid and so bad. And again, it's probably, when it comes to quality of film, the worst movie on the list. But I went into it knowing it was going to be ass. So my number 8, I'll always know what you did last summer.
Okay. My number 8 is Final Destination 4. These characters are not good at all. I know that it's supposed to be like more funny, but like I feel like the comedy doesn't land. The CGI blood is horrible. And like the kills just aren't good. Like that's what they're known for, is their kills, and these kills just suck.
The only good part of this movie is Justin Wellborn, the guy that plays the racist guy.
Yeah,
he's awesome. Like his character is so good in this movie his acting is so good.
You hate him.
It makes you genuinely hate that character.
Mm-hmm.
So I do love Justin Wellborn in this movie to death.
Yeah,
so.
but they're so like, I don't know. They're a lot doofy. Like, I don't know.
Doofy.
They're doofy.
Those movies tend to run together for me. I have to like think about what was the first kill of every movie, and that's how I remember which movies.
Yeah.
Right. So, Cody, you want to give us your number 8 or 7?
Yeah.
7?
It's 8. I'm on 8.
Are we on 8?
Did we skip
yes,
you?
We're on 8.
We're on 8.
Yes, we're on 8. Yeah,
so it's my 8. So I love the first one. And I love this actor. It's Christian Slater, and this is going to be Hollow Man 2. I thought it was super boring.
I loved the first Hollow Man, though. That one was great.
Kevin Bacon, right?
Kevin
Bacon's
and
Elizabeth
the first one.
Shue.
Yeah, and then it's Christian Slater in the second one when he was kind of down on his luck.
Oh my God, he was in the set. I never watched the second one.
Yeah, it's really boring.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to do some updating on the list here. So we will catch up on the chat real quick before we go into our number 7. Yeah, my list got all messed up there for a second. I'm sorry.
All right.
The new Hellraiser didn't have the right nipple placement, baby.
That's what he meant.
Yeah, it's a total
makes
that's
sense.
a total Jason reboot line, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in any fucking. No, it's not. No, it's not the stupidest, but we'll get into that later. Freddy's Dead. Freddy's Dead's not on my list. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll always do what you did last summer. Thank God we're getting a legacy sequel. That's hilarious, T. Parker. If you didn't hear, I just talked about that. Why did you do that? I've never seen Teen Wolf ever. Yeah, there was a TV show, Seth, but there was a movie back in the 80s with Michael J. Fox, and he was surfing on the van.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Nightmare 6. Ken and Ashley next live stream is up. Yes, make sure you check out our next live stream. But today's about these two beautiful people. Diary and Survival of the Dead. Really, I liked Diary. I've never seen Survival, but I really liked Diary, the found footage one that George Romero did. I thought that was pretty good. I'll always know what you did last summer. Oh, guilty pleasure. Yeah, you are guilty. You're going to jail. Candyman, Farewell to Flesh, but that third one, I like Farewell to Flesh, but you're right. Day of the Dead is not very good. It sucks that Tony Todd must have been hard up for money at that point because that movie's not very good. Pumpkinhead 2, I've still never seen it.
Yeah, I like that movie.
It.
Yeah, me too.
I like the first one.
It has Punky Brewster.
Oh, okay.
You know what?
Oh no.
Why have we got to go to Lizzie's?
Because we do.
She dumped you.
I have to know if she's all right.
Why?
Because I love her.
All right, gay.
Feel about that, okay? Acting is trash, and Jason.
Thank you.
You needed to load more clips.
I know, apparently. So Cecily does remember that.
Yeah.
If you guys can't tell, Cecily and Ashley have been best friends since they were little girls.
We have.
And it's amazing
Aw.
to have all of her and Jordan's support when we're doing this. It means
It's
the world to us.
Like she was my horror buddy when we back in the day. Like that's all we did as kids. We were the weird ones because we liked horror movies.
We're
cool now.
I only tell her See, I'm with you. I Know What You Did movies. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer is the best one in my opinion. I haven't watched that one in so long. I'll have to rewatch it, but I just remember not being a fan of it when I was younger.
I still know what
The
you did
third
last
Lost Boys, never even heard of it. Didn't even know we had one. Ashley, those were such fun days. We watched so many horror movies together.
We did.
Is there an echo in here? Oh, yeah. See, a lot of people are saying I'll always know. Yeah, the punk band, they were all right. They were, Yeah, Justin Welborn is such a good dude. Like, he is one of the coolest dudes ever. Oh, what the
You can put whatever you want.
No, Cal, you can't. Don't influence them.
It's opinion.
What's up, Justin?
Right, Ken?
Nice to see you, buddy.
Hey, Justin.
New subscriber to Sledgehammer. Hey, thank you. We appreciate that.
Hey.
How many shit movies I still need to watch? That is something we say. Just because any of us have one of these movies on our list, it could be an amazing movie. You've seen how many people are wrong about Jason Goes to Hell. So there may be a movie on one of our lists that you guys might enjoy. So these are all just our opinions, but go and watch these movies for yourself. If someone's making art, you should always check it out and gauge it for yourself. Take our opinions to heart, but definitely go out and make sure that these are movies that are for you. If you would love to become a member, push that $sign, sign up for all your support, and you can see the new teaser for the movie I'll be in, Bride of Killer Pinata. And I guess we can announce it now since it's official. I can't get into too many plot details or plot points, but Ashley and I did just sign on for leads in a new movie. It's a non-horror movie. It is a drama movie. Ashley and I are divorced in the movie, and there's things going on with our daughter. So that's all I can really say at this moment. But I think you guys will dig it. So we'll be filming that for a couple months here soon. So we're very excited to see where this goes. But yeah, I wish I'm one of those people that's so hard for me to not say things. So I know. We had to sign NDAs and stuff. So all I could say is we'll be filming for a couple months, and there's going to be a lot of tears. That's all I'm gonna say. Is reading the script, I knew right away like this is something that we have to be a part of.
Yeah.
But you have to be the mom, not the girlfriend, because it's gonna make it more easy for me to cry seeing you as my divorcee, not my wife. So, just wanted to throw that out there. Can you?
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
They picked Ashley first, and I was like, I'm part of it. You got to choose me.
This isn't true.
All right, Gavin. You know what? This is how I feel when you guys talk about Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh no, 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 no. Come on. Stop it. Come on, please. Don't go.
Do you see how sad he was?
That's what happens when you
That's
watch
me.
Jason Goes to Hell.
When you talk about Jason Goes to Hell, that's me. Okay. I'm like, no, stop it, please, no. Yeah, that's me.
A
okay.
little bit inside.
Yeah, the one dying was Ashley after watching it. Please no. All right, guys. Who dares talk negative about Teen Wolf 2? That's awesome. Oh, any day, baby. Any day. Give you a dad joke.
Who asked for that?
Hold on, let me look.
I don't see that in the chat anywhere. I think
he just wants to stay away.
He has a ring on his hand. He's like, oh yeah.
Oh, no.
I love that.
Tatum. Why?
Okay, I'll give one that I gave last week, but I'll give it again. Why did the hipster burn his tongue? Or how did the hipster burn his tongue?
I feel like I've heard this like 6 times this week.
Because I tell it to everybody I meet. It's like part of my introduction. Hello, my name's Ken Sledge. It's nice to meet you. Do you know how the hipster burned his tongue? And anyway, he burnt his tongue because he drank his coffee before it was cool.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
I love that.
Hey, what did the drummer name his twin daughters?
We
What?
heard all these
That-
last week.
And a 1 and a 2.
You need new material.
Okay, what's red and hurts your
I'm
teeth?
just- A brick.
A brick.
See, knew it.
I'm getting a book of puns. Ken loves Halloween Ends. He doesn't. Exorcist 2 is going to be high. Exorcist 2 is the worst sequel. That movie's okay. Jason Goes to Hell has a sweet body melting scene. Yes, thank you. The whole movie should get a pass. It's fucking great. Thank you so much, Mika. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Who made the decision for the divorce in the film? I can't talk about it. Cannot talk about it. Thank you, Sess.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't. I can't. I want to, but I can't. I have an addiction to. Trust me, you're going to be dirty again soon. Oh my God, I came here. Yes. Ellie from The Last of Us tells better dad jokes. That's unfortunate you say that. I'm going to die soon. See, I tell great dad jokes. All right, guys, we will get back to. I'm so sorry, guys. We are up to number 7, and that's me starting us off. This could be almost any of the sequels in this franchise. There's really only one sequel in the franchise that I really, really enjoy, and it's one of the newer ones. But I'm going to go with Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, just because there's nothing about this movie that it stands out at all. It's just a slow, boring, like you can talk shit about the one that has Matthew McConaughey in it because it's dumb. It's stupid.
He's
Like it
so
talks about
over
the Illuminati. But I laugh when he's on there.
It
Like
cracks me up.
I at least
That's
get
the thing.
entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
like
you
there's
can
at least
laugh, it's
entertainment.
entertaining.
Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 is just lame. The
Yeah.
movie is a slog, nothing memorable. So that's why I have that one on the list because it's poop. So how about you, babe? What's your number 7?
My number 7 is A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. I don't know. Like the story is wonky, like the Amanda Kruger thing, and then the Freddie Jr., the kid.
Just
It's like, what the hell? Like, what am I watching? It's just lame. It's lame-o.
Yeah.
I don't
know. It's like what did the horse say? What did the horse say when he fell down?
Come on.
No, just seriously. What did the horse say when he fell down? You know all my other answers. What did the horse say when he fell down? Help, I've fallen and I can't giddy up. Cody, you want to give us your number 7?
All right, guys, I gotta go, but
Ashley just leaves.
I'm like, see you suckers.
Yeah. No, don't leave us.
Get it? I've fallen and I can't giddy up.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Cody, what's your number 7?
So my number 7 is going to be, I saw this once and I never wanted to see it again, but I keep hearing people actually talking about it and giving it praise now. It's The Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2.
People give it praise?
Yeah, there's more and more
Actually
people
been hearing
talking.
that recently too.
What's their address? I just want to talk to them. I'm joking.
I just want to talk to him. That's crazy.
It's a movie we'll talk about again.
Yeah.
You have my. How about you, Mel?
My number 7 is American Psycho 2, All American Girl. That movie really upset me because just like right away in the beginning, all of a sudden she has taken over Patrick Bateman somehow, some way, and then now she's like this serial killer. I don't know. Unbelievable.
Mhm.
Made me mad. Didn't even show it in the beginning.
Yeah, it's if you're gonna kill someone like Patrick Bateman, you got to show me it. I've got to see
Yeah.
it. Like that's something that you can't kill someone like Patrick Bateman off screen. That I'm with you. That does not work for me. And listen,
Right.
I really, really like American Psycho. I'm not a huge American Psycho fan, but I really do like the movie, and I love the ambiguity of what really happens in the movie.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. It was hard to leave that one off my list. I just felt like the other ones let me down more. When I saw Jackie from that 70s show playing in American Psycho 2, I kept waiting for her to kill someone and like throw them in a fire and be like, you know how you're dying? And Ashton Kutcher to come in like, burn! Like I kept waiting for it the whole time. So I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
that casting too was very interesting.
We just started watching that 90s show, and all we've seen is the pilot. I was laughing throughout that whole pilot. The part with Ashton Kutcher when he came in, or the part when Eric told his daughter that he was going to put his foot in her ass, and Red was like, "I've never been more proud." I'm laughing so hard, man. It's so good. So, all right, guys, we will catch up on the chat real quick before we get to our number 6, which will be Ash starting us off. No, Cecily, my dad joke was awesome, and I believe that you meant it. Jigsaw, plot holes. You know, I don't mind Fright Night 2. So I'm gonna throw that out there. I don't mind it. I don't think it's bad. What's up, Gory Tiger?
Hey.
Ken and Fate decided need to collab. I'll collab with anybody. You send them my way. I'll collab with anybody. Jordana. What's up, Jordana?
Hey.
I can't stand that one. There it is. Text Chainsaw the Next Generation. I did not. I don't know why these don't show up in the chat. What did it say, Tatum? A lot of times when they have the milestones, they don't show up in our StreamYard chat. I'm not trying to ignore you, I promise, but let me know because I would love to see it. Nightmare of the Dream Child is a bad movie. Yeah, that's unfortunate, Holland. I'm so sorry. Book of Shadows for Mika at number 7, if it'll click.
Yeah.
American Psycho is a movie that didn't need a sequel. Very true.
Very true.
Dream Child is up there. See, I like Seed of Chucky. It's not even on my list. I'll be honest with you.
I like it too. There's not a Child's Play movie that I dislike, honestly.
Yeah, it's
you know, it's funny you say that because I have someone here that's a big fan of Sledgehammer horror.
Hey, Shitface! How you been, buddy?
That is amazing.
It's Glenda.
Oh, I love that.
That's amazing. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Hey, Shitface, while you're here, buddy, why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom? Because the P is silent.
Oh my god!
You know,
Where'd you get that? I want that.
It's Spencer's when it first came out.
That's
Oh,
so
wow.
cool.
Back when Seed of Chucky first came out. I got this at Spencer's.
I love Seed of Chucky so much.
I know.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's fun.
It is fun.
Storyline, I think it's probably the worst Child's Play movie there is. But I mean, like, that's it's like Scream. Being the worst Scream movie, you're still a fantastic fucking movie. So, you know, like the worst Child's Play movie or the worst Scream movie, you're still a fantastic fucking movie. You're better than any movie on my list. I'll tell you that.
It's got really good kills in it too.
Oh, the kills are like top notch.
Yeah.
So, do you want to start us off with your number 6, my love? Because you're probably going to punch me in the head for this one.
Sure. My number 6 is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I don't like that movie at all. It's my least favorite Halloween movie in the franchise. And it's just so like they were like, all right, Rob Zombie, you have the reins, you do whatever you want. And that's what he gave us. And like when he has full control over it, it's just so Rob Zombie-ish. And
I think the reason you hate that movie so much is because it's essentially a Jason movie.
That's probably right.
Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is essentially a Friday the 13th movie.
And like there's a white horse and dead moms and a music video looking type thing, and it's crazy. Yeah.
It's not a good movie. It would have been the worst Friday the 13th movie, but it's still a Friday the 13th film.
Yeah.
At heart. So how about you, Cody? What's your number 6?
My number 6 is going to be Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So I hated this movie when it came out, but I rewatched it about a couple years ago, and I still don't like it, but it's not as bad as I thought it was. No, the whole him talking and then the whole white horse.
Yeah,
I can't stand it. Other than that, like I like the trauma that they put in it, and I like some of the other story, but that's about it. It's nothing I want to revisit anytime soon. Again.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I get it.
Fair.
What about you, Mel? What's your number 6?
My number 6 is Exorcist 2. So, I mean, no sequel is going to live up to. Yes. Oh, that's horrifying.
I can't.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. No sequel is going to live up to the first one, but this one, like, it didn't have to be that bad, right?
No.
I mean, it was terrible. It was boring. It was so boring.
Mm-hmm.
We did an Exorcist franchise, and she literally, I had to wake her up like 3 times during that movie.
Yeah.
Mel.
It was so boring. I even tried to rewatch it not even that long ago because I ended up acquiring like the Scream Factory version of it or whatever. Man, it was so boring. I fell asleep too. I couldn't.
I'll tell you this. I do have that movie on my list, obviously. When we get there, I'll talk about something else about that movie that makes me hate it even more in hindsight. So
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
I know you
and
do.
I know exactly what number it is.
I know you do. Everybody does. My number.
I think we'll have the same number one.
I'm gonna riff off of Cody and Ashley here, and I'm gonna stick with the Halloween franchise, but I'm gonna go with one that I think is worse than Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and that's The Many Faces of Dipshit Young Paul Rudd.
Oh.
Halloween 6. I fucking hate this movie. I hate it so much. I hate this movie like it's mayonnaise. I hate mayonnaise.
I hate mayonnaise too, but I like this movie.
Oh no, this movie is the mayonnaise of the Halloween franchise, a franchise that I'm not a huge fan of. And this movie is just, oh my gosh. We talked earlier about boring. Like, this movie is just so damn boring. Like, in all the Halloween movies, there's not one Halloween movie besides the newer trilogy that is super action packed. You know, usually when you have Michael Myers, you know, bring a blankie, you know, bring something because you're going to be relaxing for a couple hours. But this one is just slow and boring and unnecessary. So even cutie Paul Rudd couldn't save it for me. But
he's so cute with all his funky ass faces.
I disagree. Hey, do you know why the bicycle fell over? Because it was too tired. All right, guys, we'll catch up on the chat real quick. I think Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is right below Ends. I can't stand either one of them.
Yeah.
Ashley, that pick should be higher. He purposely sabotaged. Listen,
this is true.
He did. Now this is unnecessary. You're just trying to hurt me now, and I don't think it's okay, Gavin. For those of you that don't know, Gavin just said Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 would be better than Jason Goes to Hell.
I don't know.
Unfortunate.
They're equally shit.
Stop.
So.
Stop. No, they're not.
I didn't like any of the Rob Zombie Halloween movies.
I don't mind the first one, actually. I hated it when it came out.
I did
but
too.
you can't watch the director's cut. You have to watch the theatrical cut of the film.
True. Yeah.
Because the director's cut has that super unnecessary, disgusting sexual assault scene.
Mm-hmm.
But if you watch,
that's what pissed me off about that movie.
Yeah.
The first time we seen it, I shut it off. I was like, this franchise has never been about, and I'm not a Halloween like purist, but this is unnecessary, and this is Rob Zombie just putting his fingerprints on this, and it pisses me off. We shut it off.
Yeah.
But when you watch the theatrical cut, that scene is completely taken out. So watching the theatrical cut, if you can get the first act of that movie, I think the second and third act are fucking fantastic. I hate the Michael backstory. He's not mean because he had a stripper mom and an alcoholic dad.
He's just
pure evil.
Yeah.
My mommy sort of proves to people that playing love hurts.
Right. My stepdad's, a piece of trash, and
my stepdad's gonna skull fuck my mom during breakfast. Like none of that shit. But
it's so Rob Zombie though. Like that is his sprinkle on it.
And I wasn't into all that, but like once he becomes, Michael, like the second and third act, I think are fantastic in Rob Zombie's Halloween, but the first act is just
like
so hard to get through.
Yeah.
Oh, Tatum's got the Omen 2.
Okay.
Troy's got the Omen 4. I actually do like the Omen 2. Like when you see him with his interactions with his cousins and shit, like I really do like that one. I love Scream. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Those movies are great. Well, hopefully you'll like the new reimagining of I Know What You Did Last Summer that they just talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Dourif killed it
in
Rob Zombies 2.
But he kills
Made me cry.
I do like him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Slow down, J-Dev. It is not awesome.
I like it.
I need to. You know what? Everybody tells me the producer's cut of Halloween 6 is so much better. So I will get it eventually, but I gotta bring myself to spend money on a Halloween movie.
Okay.
What's the reason I'm not a big fan of the Halloween franchise? And this is not me poking at anybody. I like the Halloween franchise. Don't get me wrong.
It's
I
because
like
I like it.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
But
I know.
growing up, I had never really watched Halloween. Like growing up, it was more Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play. I didn't start off with Halloween. So when I actually started to watch those movies, I was like, these are fucking boring. Like it's just this guy in a mask that's stabbing people with a butcher. Like that's all it is.
Oh my gosh.
There's no creativity to him. The older I've gotten, the more I've learned to
Have
respect
you
it because it's
seen
more realistic.
The Friday
Listen,
the 13th, that movie, the OG, that shit's boring as hell.
but it's fun.
Okay, so it's 78. Halloween 78.
Halloween 78 is not fun.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a fun way to take a nap.
No.
Yeah.
She literally in Friday the 13th, she literally we watch her make coffee. Like what where is this going?
Guess how I learned how to make coffee?
Well,
It's
and
educational.
you suck at making coffee. It's
You
way
slow your ass down.
You have learned
It's
nothing.
It's bean water. It's bean water. Like it will not. It takes away the hair on your chest. It takes it away.
It sucks it
Yes.
in. It takes hair off your chest. False.
It's true.
I have a hairy ass chest.
Well, that's
Anyway,
That's the best conversation I've witnessed.
if I would have watched Halloween at a younger age and started it, younger, I may have had a softer spot for it. And again, most of the time I'm just giving it shit because my wife loves it so much. Like that's the honest answer. There's only a couple Halloween movies that I really, really don't like at all. And I know I'm going to get shit for this. The OG Halloween 2, another movie I think it's just so boring. I think the kills are great in it, but it's a very long, boring movie to me. Part 6, I think is absolutely horrible. And that's really it, honestly. I really, really like Halloween Resurrection. I know that's another movie that a lot of people shit on. I like that movie a lot. I would borderline say I love that movie. It's fun. When I watch that movie, I have a really good time. Is it a good scary slasher film? No, it's not. But it's a product of what was going on at that time. And when I watch that movie, I'm in high school again. Like I feel like I'm Kenny when I watch that movie. I'm back in high school.
Kenny from the block.
Still Kenny from the block, baby. So yeah, that's the short answer. I didn't watch it growing up, and when I started watching it if you watch at a young age, let's say at 10, if someone shows you Friday the 13th Part 3, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, and then Halloween 2, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is Halloween 2? This movie is slow, it's boring, there's not very many kills, it's not graphic. At least Jason, Chucky, Freddy, they were inventive. They were funny. They weren't just like...
Jason's funny.
I said inventive.
And
he kills
funny.
people with crossbows. He said, like...
Yeah, in like the...
You know what Michael does?
The newest one. Yeah, well, I'll stab you. Like that.
The coolest thing he ever did is hang someone on a wall and tilt his head. It's real here.
It's called wall art. Okay.
Wall art.
You're grounded.
It's wall art, yeah.
Wall art. All right, guys. We'll get back on subject here now and stop our couple fighting, our spousal fights. So we are up to number... I know, I'm scared. We're up to number 5.
Scared for you, Ken.
I have a strong feeling I'm going to run into a door tonight. Number 5. You want to start us off, Cody?
Yeah, number 5 is another movie that I like the first one a lot, but the second one I've tried many times to rewatch it and I just can't get into it. It looks like it's shot like a soap opera, and that is going to be Jack Frost 2: Revenge of the Mutant Killer Snowman.
Wait, you mean there's no bathtub smashing in this movie?
No, not in this one.
Movie I've never even seen. I'll be honest with you. I have never seen part 2.
You're not missing much.
How about you, Mel? What's your number 5?
My number 5 is Carrie 2: The Rage.
Ooh,
I feel
choice.
I feel like this movie just came way too late. Sometimes it's just too late to make a sequel.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I feel like this movie just came too late. I didn't like the lead actress. I guess I don't know what her name is, but I don't know. I didn't prefer her in that role. And I don't know. The bullying that took place in that movie, I didn't like that either. So
and it's trying to fill the shoes of Sissy SpaceX Carrie and a sequel.
Yeah.
It's just not fair to ask anybody to do that. So very good choice. That's one that could have easily been on our list.
That's another one I like.
Well, at least I picked a movie that you like and I don't like, because thus far we've both been like, we like that.
I know.
I know.
I used to watch The Rage Carry 2 all the time on like free preview weekends on like HBO and Sinbad.
Yeah. Well, I had the VHS there for a while, and I did used to watch it, but man, I don't know why I did that. Maybe I was trying to like it. I don't know.
Right. That's funny because we've all been there too. You want to like a movie so bad, or you liked it so much when you were younger, but you've grown and you've learned different things in your life, and then now you're like, ugh, the fuck was I thinking? Which is not the case with this next one because I never liked it. Blair Witch 2: Book of Shadows. This is the definition of taking a movie that did the right thing and trying to capitalize on it strictly for money. That's all they did with this movie was they saw a chance. They took it.
It was only like what, a year later that they made it, or not even a year later.
They wanted to capitalize on the name.
Yeah.
They completely Hollywoodized it. I know that's not a word, but I made it, so it is. And it's just it's just a movie that I don't enjoy at all. So Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2 coming in at number 5 for me. What about you, my love?
My number 5 is Texas Chainsaw 3D. It's that movie. 3D. Yeah.
Is that the Do Your Thing?
Do Your Thing.
Do Your Thing, cuz.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous. This movie, like the timeline is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense.
How can you be a fan of Halloween and then talk about any other franchise's timeline?
Because you just have to understand Halloween's timeline. This one, okay. You know what? Shut up.
Touche.
I like that movie as well.
He's covering up his Do Your Thing shirt.
I know, right?
I know, yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Like he just killed all your friends and like your boyfriend, and then she's like, "Do your thing, cuz like get him."
Well, when you think about that, yeah.
When you think about, I mean, obviously,
it's her cousin, right?
Do Your Thing, cuz, and then it loads for the PlayStation disc to keep spinning because the graphics are that fucking awful.
It's just crazy.
A lot of those early 2000 movies, mid 2000 movies,
they look like they spent maybe $20 on that.
Yeah, when especially once they went 3D, they were like, "Ooh, how can we cover up this right here, so it doesn't look like Mario?" Woohoo!
Yeah,
like it was bad.
It was.
All right, guys. So we will catch up on the chat real quick before we get to our number 4. Oh, now that's just inappropriate, right there. That's you're reported, Jordana. I hardly knew thee.
I agree.
Yes. Thank you. Hard copy. Rob Zombie films over Cursor. Yes. Thank you. I think me and you are in the minority here, but I got you.
You are.
That's how I feel about Friday the 13th. I started watching them and the series is boring. You stop your nonsense. I think the OG Halloween 2 is better than the first. That's fair. I mean, that's fair. Yes, I did. I definitely did. I just had it so low on the list because I expected it to be dog shit.
Yeah.
Dangertainment, baby. Going back to Halloween Resurrection.
Dangertainment.
I agree. Halloween 1980 or not Halloween 2 is overrated and a bit boring. Resurrection, well, that movie will be mentioned again soon. All right, Jim, what's up, buddy? So we're about halfway through the list now, guys. I do want to tell everybody, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Cody, Dude Who Loves Movies, Mel, My Killer Podcast. Their links are down in the description. So make sure you're subscribing to them so you can stay up to date on all the videos that they're putting out as well, because they're both amazing, amazing people and amazing content creators. Jason Goes to Hell. Why the fuck did I read that? Rings. Blair Witch, Book of Shadows. Yeah, fucking stupid movie. What's up, Jerry?
Hey, Jerry.
The Nun. Ooh. Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's
my favorite one. Damn it. Keep doing this to each other. Jack Frost 1 wasn't great like the original. Carrie 2 is a great example. Like the original. Okay, now I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, I'm not on it today. Yeah, that's a really bad one. The Birds 2. No, not very good. Not very good. All right. Texas Chainsaw is so cringe. Do your thing.
Do your thing, cuz.
There's a lot of do your thing, cuz going on. Alexandra Daddario and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. So will always be good to me. Okay. Even though she should have been like 40 in the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The timeline, like it didn't make sense.
Did any of you like the first Leprechaun movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
don't
pretty much
hate it.
all of them.
So do I.
I think it's just okay. Like I think it's just all right in my opinion. If you like it, I'm glad you do. Hey, have a great night, Extron. Thank you for stopping out. We appreciate you. Yes, right here. Patreon, My Killer Podcast. Make sure you're clicking it so you can become a member for her as well.
Thank you.
Always the good things. Oh, hey, another super chat or a super sticker. I'm sorry. Thank you, Tatum. We've done the ooh baby. We've done the fried gold. So we're doing it again.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Yes. She's letting me know they are also in the chat. Leaks are also in the chat, guys. So make sure that you are subscribing to their amazing channels. So now we are up to number 4, and that will be Mel starting us off at number 4.
Okay. I hope I don't get too much flack for this one, but Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
Everybody good with that? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Halloween Kills.
Oh, lucky.
I am gonna say
What
don't
do you
love
like about it? No, I'm just kidding.
I will say that I'm with you, Cody. I really do like Halloween Kills a lot. It's what I want in a mindless slasher film. The dialogue is dog shit. Like the writing of that movie is so bad. But
The dialogue was
love
bad,
Kills.
and the part about that poor like mental patient just pissed me off. Like it just
that is
upset
the
me.
worst part about it.
Yeah, like they didn't need to.
It
do
didn't
that.
make sense. Yeah.
You know, they could have cut that like whole part out, and the movie still would have just been what it was.
Yeah.
I just think the reason that made me so mad, one, it's sad. Like that's a genuine sad moment in the film.
Yeah.
And 2, how in the fuck do you confuse that guy for Michael Myers?
So no one's seen
that
him
guy
for
was
40
like
years,
5
though.
foot tall too.
Yeah. No
Well, I
one's
mean,
seen
that's like
Michael...
me walking down the road and someone being like, Shaq! Shaquille O'Neal! That's Shaq right there!
That's a
Get him!
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, okay,
I that part was extremely far-fetched, Mel. So I will give you that. Coming in at number 4 for me, I said earlier that it would be on this list, but god damn it, I gotta go with Creepshow 3. And the reason this is so high on my list is just because the other two, the first 2 are so good, borderline perfect. My two of my 3 favorite anthology films are the first 2 Creepshows, and yeah, I hear they're doing a Creepshow 3. I'm so excited. I'm so amped. I'm so ready, and it ruined my birthday. It was the worst thing ever. I was so upset after watching Creepshow 3. Like I was genuinely really, really sad. Like watching that movie, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, and then you hear the rumors that Tales from the Dark Side 3 was supposed to be, or Tales from the Dark Side was supposed to be Creepshow 3, but because of licensing issues, they had to change the name. And I'm like, really? Like that could have been Creepshow 3? That could have been my favorite trilogy of all time. That could have been my all-time favorite trilogy of horror films, but what we got instead is just super disappointing. There's very little practical effects in the movie. Everything looks really bad. The stories try to tie in together. Like, I'm just not a fan. Not a fan of Creepshow 3. What about you, my love? Number 4.
Oh, 4. Okay. Leprechaun Origins is my number 4. I don't hate Leprechaun, all of them, but yeah, they're fun. But this one is horrible, like you said. The Leprechaun looks like crap. You barely see him. And it just was shit. And there wasn't a lot of good things to say about it, except some of the characters were okay. Other than that, nothing.
Yeah, you had
the guy from
It Chapter 2 that played Henry Bowers.
Yeah,
he was in it.
And
I feel like I almost need to watch this movie just to see how bad it is.
I mean, honestly, I recommend you do watch it, but I'm telling you right now, like, it's going to be a movie where you're going to be like, hey, you guys, I watched it, but also, fuck, I watched it.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours
But
of
I
my
mean,
life. I could have been doing anything else.
You know?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece.
Oh,
a
Lefty,
masterpiece of
watch
shit.
along.
Yeah. I'll do it. If you guys will suffer through it, we own it. Obviously.
Oh,
We bought the
yeah.
box
All
set.
right.
If you guys will suffer along, we'll do it with you.
I'm in. I feel like I need to see it.
Cody needs to give his number 4. You want to give your number 4, Cody?
Yeah, my number 4. I like the whole franchise, but I do not like this one. This is Paranormal Activity: The Ghost Dimension from 2015. I saw this one in theaters. I saw them all in theaters. Ones that you were able to see in theaters. So it was like a tradition. You go, you see it in theaters. It's awesome. This one was in 3D, and it was just really weird. I love that it was set around Christmas, but I hated that Katie wasn't in it. So to me, I feel like Katie was like a big part of that franchise, and she wasn't in that. So I just, I thought it was very boring, and I did not like it. People were just flying around everywhere, and it was just not what I wanted.
I was really upset with the parents' disregard for their little girl in that one too. It's like they knew there was an entity after her, but they kept sending her to her bedroom by herself.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, go play.
I know. Yeah.
Get out here. Go play.
Go by go be by yourself with the demons.
Yeah, exactly.
Let them babysit you.
There's a ghost in my room, so you're saying we can have a date?
Right.
Yeah, go in your
Bye.
room. We're gonna go try and figure something out. You know, yeah. The movie.
We're gonna
was
go do our taxes now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're like, keep it away from me. Go back to your room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's young. She tastes better.
Right.
Yeah.
Take her.
All
All right, so we will catch up on the chat real quick before we get into our top 3 shittiest horror movie or sequels. Oh, and that is something I wanted to say, guys. When we put in the title, worst, I wanted to say least favorite, but it's way too much to write that out on a thumbnail and stuff. So it doesn't look as good when it's that much. It's least favorite. You know, none of these movies, okay, they're all bad, but you should still watch them for yourself. Kills was ridiculous. Why kill off all the OG characters to go into a movie about Corey? Yeah. If Corey would have been in 18 or Kills, I think Ends would have been received better. That's all I'm gonna say. I love you so much for putting Kills on your list. Goddamn. All right.
Thanks, Shane.
I will not tolerate the Halloween kill slander. Evil dies tonight. Yo, Cody, badass screen poster. I agree. That's dope. That's dope. What's up, Bob's Blu-rays? Nice to see you. There's a lot of people that didn't like Kills. I'm seeing that. Halloween Kills is better than a lot in the Halloween franchise as a standalone film. They just did Michael so dirty, it was inevitable to get that big wave of backlash. I mean, come on. In Halloween Ends, a kid pushes him over and takes his mask. So, I mean, like, the way he was treated in Kills,
Yeah.
you know, the whole town, he couldn't defeat him, but one kid on a moped throws him down. Yes. We tried to rewatch Rings a while ago and couldn't even do it. It was that bad. Exactly. Confusing that guy with Michael Myers. Yeah. Jaws 4: The Revenge is the worst sequel because of the shark they knew that's what I said. That's the reason why it was on my list. I don't think it's the worst because there is at least some entertainment in it. My next 3, I fucking hate my next 3 movies. Like, I fucking hate these next 3. The other ones I could at least maybe find something redeeming. Not these next 3. And one of them is going to make you two very sad. All right, guys. The chat is going off, man. You guys are awesome. Jim, Bob, Holland Notes is here. Hey, Mel, I've subbed to the new Rad Pack channel. The Rad Pack is amazing. If you guys haven't checked out the Rad Pack, you need to do that. Those guys are absolutely amazing. And if you haven't subscribed to Cody, his links are in the chat and in the description. And if you're new here at Sledgehammer Horror, stay a while. You know, we'll be like Rocky. You're talking about Rocky? Yo, why you ain't doing nothing the next 30 or 40 years? Why don't we go and get married or something? You know, if you ain't doing nothing the next 30 or 40 years, why don't you just subscribe or something? It'll be fun. We'll all have fun. Make sure you smash that like button. Yes, we do likey that.
Whoop,
Mhm.
whoop.
So yeah, you guys, not yet. No one has said Waxwork 2 yet. Marshall, yes.
Hey, I'm back.
Sledgehammer's background is the best.
We know.
I know. Sorry. We're upstairs. They're downstairs. Quiet down there, guys. All right, guys. So we will go to our number 3. This is our bronze medal. Like, we are entering the top 3 of dog shit movies right now. And that'll be Mel starting us. Oh, wait, no. Who's starting us up? Mel. Oh, so it'd be me. Me starting us off at number 3. So huge fan of this franchise. In my top 3 favorite franchises, top 5 favorite franchises of all time. And coming off my favorite movie in the franchise, which is part 4, part 5, The Dream Child, completely broke my heart. There's just, I hate this movie. Like, I hate this movie. Freddy's Dead is probably the worst movie in the franchise, but that's the first horror movie I ever saw in the movie theater. My uncle took me. We went and seen it with 3D glasses. And it's just, I loved it so much being there, watching it in 3D. But so I do have that nostalgic value to it. There's nothing redeeming about The Dream Child to me. The whole movie is really bad. It's just, everything about that movie really bums me out, really upsets me. Just thinking about that stupid little kid right now makes me want to abort our 14-year-old. It's very late term. He's 14 years old, but it's one of those things, man. And that little kid, he's, I want to learn things from you. Like, shut the fuck up, stupid kid.
It's ridiculous. It's
The kid
so
from Full
ridiculous.
House.
Yeah, it was the kid from Full House. Like,
Yeah.
it's so funny. He was the
Duckface.
kid that pissed his pants at one point in Full House, didn't he?
I don't know, but
Like-
he had the duck face or whatever.
Duck face.
Yeah.
Yeah, duck.
Mhm.
You know, I want to learn things from you. Blue Steel.
Oh my god.
Well, he could turn left, but yeah, they're just, that movie is just so lame, and it could have been good, like with the Catholic background they could have put into it. They could have put a lot of good mythos into this movie, and they were just like, let's put a dumb kid in it. That'll work. And I'm like, what? Because even the idea of, like, you know, a child in the womb dreaming, like, I thought that was great. Like, that's awesome. Like, kids sleep in the womb. That's cool. Then they did this, and I was like, that's not cool. I don't like it.
Right.
So, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Dream Child for me at number 3.
My number 3 is The Nun.
Oh, I knew it was coming.
Yeah, I was so disappointed in this movie. Like, I think Valak is scary as hell, so I was excited to see it. And then it came out, and I was so disappointed. They just rely on a bunch of jump scares, cheap jump scares, and like at some point it doesn't even get scary anymore. And like the characters, they did what they could for what they had, but it just was awful. Like I said, Valak, I think, looks scary, and I felt like they could have done something so much better, something so much scarier, and they just pooped the bed.
That scene in The Conjuring 2, the
kids in
painting scene with her,
Yeah.
scariest thing I have ever
I
seen.
know.
I too
Yeah,
was
it-
expecting so much from The Nun and was
I-
very disappointed.
I wanted like a really good backstory on her, and we
Mhm.
just did not get that at all.
Yep.
And I was so disappointed, like so disappointed.
Okay, we got to take a break real quick, just for 1 second. What the fuck is this, Christian? What the fuck is going on here, buddy? I'm sorry, dude. I can't stand The Dream Child, man. I want to. It's like, I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just not good. I'm sorry. I still love you, Christian.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me either.
Mel texted him right away, like, you're not gonna believe this motherfucker
Yeah.
loves Dream Child, bro. Get your ass in here right now.
I didn't do that either.
He even said you by name. He said, fuck that movie Christian likes so much. You gotta get in here and represent your shit. Rep your city, motherfucker. So, how about you, Cody? What's your number 3?
My number 3 is going to be Urban Legends 3 Bloody Mary. I did not like this. I like the first two. I did not like this one. And they also do a little bit called like People Can Lick Too, which was done 10 times better in Campfire Tales a couple years before that. So I was very disappointed in this movie and was not a fan at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Mel? What's your number 3?
My number 3 is, and this really breaks my heart. My top 3 are heartbreakers. The Lost Boys, Tribe, and Thirst. They both sucked. I hated both of them. Tribe even did this thing where they tried to like bring Corey Haim back just for a little bit, but then they did him dirty. And then like it was at the very end after the credits. He wasn't even in the movie. It was just terrible. The movie sucked. I love the Lost Boys so much.
Mm-hmm.
So to have that trilogy be part of the Lost Boys it breaks my heart. I hate it. I hate seeing it. It's the worst.
Yeah, definitely understand that because my number 2, it broke my heart. Like it literally came out on Christmas Day and ruined my Christmas. But before that, let's catch up on the chat real quick.
Having birthdays, Christmas is ruined.
See?
Like, dang.
I agree.
Don't watch movies on major holidays.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. Every Puppet Master after the third one. Okay. I can dig that.
Yeah.
Very boring. Never seen it. I refuse to watch it just because of that. I've heard it's really, really bad. And the first one I think is a masterpiece. So I can't bring myself to do it. Don't care. Movie sucks. I was going to be humble about it, but Christian had to come in here talking shit. No, movie sucked. Terrible. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. I'm actually taking it out and putting it to number 1. So number 1 is The Dream. No, I'm just kidding. Don't worry. I know the beautiful Mel has class and taste. She hasn't finished her list yet, Christian.
You guys are the worst.
That is good. What Bloody Mary, Jesus Christ, I'm having an aneurysm. Bloody Mary is a guilty pleasure of mine. The Lost Boys is a classic. And I haven't seen the other 2 either. So I can't put my my 2 cents in on them. But again, I had a feeling they weren't going to be very good. So I didn't even give them the chance. So now we're up to number 2. And that will be you starting us off, love.
My number 2 is Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Goes to Manhattan. I so badly wanted to put Jason Goes to Hell. I so badly did just to mess with you. But I hate this one more. I do. It's so boring and it's so stupid. And I don't know. There's nothing good about it. Like you said, like the toxic waste in New York City, like after midnight or whatever. And when he says, "Mommy," and he has all that shit coming out his mouth, it just looks so bad. And it's just horrible. It's boring. I'm
going to be extremely upset if Scream 6 doesn't end with Ghostface being drowned by toxic waste in the sewer.
Yeah.
If that doesn't end this movie, I'm going to be quite upset. You have a golden opportunity in front of you.
And he
Radio silence.
He says, "Mommy."
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just throwing that out there. We need to remember. So what about you, Cody? What's your number 2?
My number 2. So I absolutely love the first 2. And this one was just made no sense to me. And I hated the reveal at the end. That's going to be I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. I'm very excited about the new one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, man, when you get to that reveal, you're like, what the fuck are we doing here? I mean, actually, when you get 30 seconds into the movie, you're like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
But
and it's shot like a weird music video, like of the time. So
it's grainy. Like the whole movie just looks grainy.
Doesn't he like is he the one that is on the skateboard? Like doesn't
at the beginning
he's like on a skateboard? Yeah.
I rented it once when it first came out, and then I never watched it again.
Yeah.
That's really, really good. You shouldn't watch it ever again.
I don't think there's any reason to.
Yeah, there's just no reason for all that. Like I said, that's probably the worst movie on my list, but I expected that. That's why I didn't put it higher. When it comes to quality of film, I'll Always Know might be one of the worst I've ever seen. But right now, we got to talk about Mel's number 2.
My number 2 is Sinister 2. So Sinister 1 is like a really big comfort movie for me. It's just, it has this very like dark and quiet ambiance with like pops of, static, but it's very much a comfort movie for me. So I sought out Sinister 2. Like it took me a long time to find it on physical because I really wanted to see it. I think I even ended up like buying it on streaming just so I could watch it because I couldn't find the physical right away. And it was such an utter disappointment. It was such a bummer.
Yeah.
The only saving grace to that movie, I don't hate Sinister 2 like everybody else did. I like the fact that you get a lot more from the kids' perspective in this movie. But when you come off of what part 1 was, I think that's why part 2 was such a disappointment, because part 1 was so fucking good.
It was.
And part 2 is not a bad movie in my opinion.
Yeah.
But when you watch it after watching the first one, which is probably one of the scariest movies to come out in the last 20 years, like genuine scared to your core. After watching part 1, going to part 2, it's like going from steak to bologna. Like it's just, I'll eat bologna if I feel like that. But I'd prefer the steak, you know.
Well, and I thought you were gonna get like more backstory and more answers, and you didn't really get anything. You kind of just got a completely different story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get something else from them on that one someday.
Well, we're supposed to be getting a crossover with Insidious called Sinister. That's been in the works for a long time, and I would love to see that
too.
So my number 2 has already been talked about, and not the way that I would fucking like for it to be talked about. A movie that came out on Christmas, completely ruined my Christmas. American Werewolf in Paris. Again,
we're over here like, we love that movie.
I know. When you guys were saying that, I was seriously over here like,
he's got PTSD, like thinking about his Christmas.
I mean, like honestly, like you go from
he hates Christmas
American Werewolf in London, which is, in my opinion, one of my top 3 favorite practical effect films of all time, and a story that is so intense, and there's so much love and genuine fear. The Nazi werewolves is one of the scariest scenes
jump
ever.
Scare where you think it's over, and then like they jump out and get the nurse. Yeah,
and the relationship between Nurse Alex and David, like, and one of the scariest scenes, and I know it might not be scary to people now, but when I was a kid, one of the scariest scenes of all time is the guy that's in the underground with the train, and the werewolf is coming up on him in that POV shot, and you see him on the stairs, and it gets the close up on his face. That scared the shit out of me as a kid. Like that scene genuinely scared me to my core as a kid, but it was also funny. American Werewolf in London is a fucking funny movie. American Werewolf in Paris makes me want to punch infants. Like
there's a scary train scene in American Werewolf in Paris too.
That's well, American. Wait, what? Is there really an American Werewolf in Paris too? Or are you saying
as well? Also,
oh my god,
it was so good they made a sequel to it.
I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like how you feel about Sinister 2 is how I feel about American Werewolf in Paris. Like, one is just so perfect to me, and everything about American Werewolf in London is just, it's in my top 5, maybe top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. I just absolutely adore that movie. And then Paris came out, and Santa Claus didn't even give me coal. Like, he shit under the tree, hung my dog, put my cat in the freezer. Like, he was a dick to me that Christmas. Like, that movie fucked me up. So yeah,
Ken,
American Werewolf in Paris for me, it's such a sad state of things to have that movie go the way it did.
Ken, I happened to have a great Christmas that year, so hope that makes you feel better.
What are you gonna cancel?
I will agree though. Paris is kind of like
it's fun.
It almost seems like they're making fun of it, and it's like a slap in the face, kind of like a, you know, almost like they're making a spoof of it is kind of what it seems like, because it was a little over the top, a little too funny, a little too graphically engineered. But if you think about them as two different movies, Paris is definitely entertaining.
I just want to point out, you said graphically engineered butt.
Oh my gosh.
So it's not a regular butt, it's a graphically engineered butt. But I mean, if you want a live action, guys. Okay, look, this is me in high school, right? See, look, there's high school Ken. Woo, woo. Now, do you want to see what Ken did when he saw American Werewolf in Paris for the first time?
Oh no, 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 no. Come on, stop it. Come on, please, don't go.
Are you the mom or are you Sean?
I'm the mom. I'm dead.
Okay.
And I was also everybody's ride. It's like, please don't go. We need to go home. So yeah, not fun. Not fun. You started this off with number 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're gonna catch up on the chat. And as always, we're gonna start with Cody on this one. I'm gonna ask you that you start at your number 10 and go all the way down to number 1. But before we do that, I gotta ask Ashley a secret.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Ashley are gonna do ours together. So we're gonna catch up on the chat real quick, and then we will go to our number 1s. Yes, American Werewolf in London is a masterpiece. It is just it is.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, one of my favorite things about the new one that they did on the Creepshow TV show, they had a Nazi werewolf episode, and I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, this has to have tied. They never officially tied it into American Werewolf, but I was like, oh my gosh, this is a whole episode about Nazi zombies. You got to be fucking kidding me. This is amazing.
But is there another season of that coming out?
Yes.
Like soon? It should be coming
Hopefully.
out soon, I think.
Really Light Goes to Hell. Holland Oates, I like you. I think we should grab a drink sometime, and I'll even pay. Number 2, The Exorcist 2. Huh. Pretty high up on the list there, Mika.
Pretty high up on the list.
Worst sequels, I have one. Drop it. Carrie 2 has been talked about, and it will be talked about again when we do our gone through the list. My top 5, Child's Play 3, god damn you. Halloween Resurrection, number 1. Fucking stupid list. I'm just kidding. No, what I love about this is how different our lists always are. Just because if we all had the same list, this shit would be boring as hell. And I love the fact that we can have such different lists and still have fun and do this together. It makes it so much fun. My least favorite in the franchise as well. I will say that. Really? I loved Sinister.
I did too.
I'm mad at Sinister right now. I will say that. Me and Sinister are not happy with each other because me and Ashley just did a Didn't See That Coming on Sinister. 13 copyrights I had to go through to get that episode to go through. So me and Sinister are not on good talking terms now. If I ever see Bagul, I'm punching him in the Bagul face.
Sinister's amazing.
I love it.
I love Sinister.
Love it
Jaws
so
2, great choice. Insidious Chapter 3 is my favorite in the series. Really? 2 is my favorite, just because I think Carl's character is so good.
I like 2 better, but I don't think 3 is bad.
Listen, I just want to say, you have that moment in Insidious Chapter 2 when Carl has the dice behind his hand, and then he's like, what does, and he says, Josh, then he's like, what does Parker Crane have behind his back? And he drops the dice, and it says knife, and the acting right there on Patrick Wilson, how he goes from being Josh to Parker Crane in that moment. And I'm not trying to drop names here, but I was able to have Steven, the guy that plays Carl, on the show. And he was talking about how he was able to flip the switch.
Yeah.
And in between takes, he's laughing, he's joking, he's having fun. But the minute they called action, he goes right back into Parker Crane mode. And it was just amazing to hear him talk about that much in depth. And because that's why I wanted him on the show, because Carl was my favorite character in that movie. Watching him with his ability to read dice, I thought was super dope. So I just had to say that real quick.
Patrick Wilson is an awesome actor.
He is. He's a very good actor. American Werewolf. I already said that. I just want to say it again. It is a masterpiece. In Paris is a fun laugh at CGI. There's not a fun time, Cal. Don't encourage it. It's fun, like going to the doctor and getting a vasectomy. It's that kind of fun.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it'll be fun eventually, but at the moment, not fun at all. No, I don't enjoy it. Yes, we're over 50 likes. Thanks, guys. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for all your hard work, Tatum. We appreciate you. You do a lot of hard work in the chat, and I appreciate it. Make sure, Dude Who Loves Movies, show your support. Make sure you go subscribe. Subscribe to Mel, please. That is right here. All you gotta do is click that link in the chat, guys, because Tatum works her ass off as one of our moderators. So thank you for doing that so much, Tatum. Jason Goes to Hell. Oh, Troy, I was like, you just paid me to say that. You summon a bat. Jeepers Creepers Reborn. All right, so we got another one. So let's talk about a little piece of fried
How's
gold.
that for a slice of fried gold?
Yeah, boy.
All right. I love you too.
We love you too.
Ashley loves you too.
I do.
It's very nice. We can't wait to see you on Friday either. We're gonna have a great time. Have you done your favorite sequels? I think we did at one point.
Our favorite sequels? I think we have, yeah.
Yeah. So I had a lot of number 3s on my list.
Yeah, you are a 3 kind of guy.
I am. Exorcist, Child's Play 3, Friday 3, Nightmare 3.
You're the 3rd.
Saw 3. I am Ken the 3rd. I didn't even think about that. That's dope. It's all coming together now. Scream 2022. Believe me, I wanted to like it. No, that's fair. Lucky you get to hang out with those two. How awesome.
We're the lucky ones.
Yeah, we're the lucky ones. Cecily and Jordan are a power couple,
Yeah.
man. Like, they're two of my favorite people on this planet. I love them both with all my heart. American Werewolf in London is a masterpiece. The transformation scene, it was so well done. In my top 2 favorite. That, and as corny as it sounds, one of the first Wolfman transformations where you have Lon Chaney just sitting there and they're applying the hair and speeding it up. Like, that transformation scene is beautiful too.
Yeah.
I love it. Wish I could say yes, they are so nice. I love the one day lucky. Oh yeah.
What?
We'll hang out one day. Freddy's Dead. Wait, you don't like Tremors too? Oh, Patrick.
I think the worst one is the back.
Yeah, to the Old West.
The Old West.
Yeah,
that one
I
is
agree.
boring
Didn't
as
like it.
hell. That's the only one I don't like though.
I've never seen Stir of Echoes 2, though. Has anybody else?
I didn't either.
Yeah, with Rob Lowe.
Oh, is that any good?
I mean, I like it, but I also like American Werewolf in Paris. So.
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, what is it? We got a super sticker just now, so we got another donation, and we thank you. But since Cody had to throw his 2 cents in there, here's what you get for this one.
Why have we got to go to Lizzie's?
Because we do.
She dumped you.
I have to know if she's all right.
Why?
Because I love her.
All right, gay.
I love that clip.
I know, me too. We talked about it on our last live, and I got to say it one more time. When I had at one point a DVD that had Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz on it, I wore that thing out, dude. Like, every night when I would go to bed, I'd put that in and hit repeat and just let that movie play all night. And like, I could wake up to Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz and be like, I know this part. And I'll just sit there and watch for a little bit. Like, those, you want to talk about movies that are hard for me, because I consider those part of the trilogy with The World's End.
Mm-hmm.
Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead are as close to a perfect 1-2 punch of any franchise of all time. Like, they're just so good. So good. Halloween 3 at number 1. No, movie's good. I know. I'm a big baby.
Yeah.
I know, me too. I'm about to go, stop it! The ending of that movie. That's awesome. Yeah, except Insidious 3. That's my least favorite in that franchise. I don't know. It's not bad. I still like it.
I like Insidious.
Oh, Mika's coming out with Halloween Ends at number 1.
Oh, girl.
American Werewolf in Paris is shit movie. Agree.
Yep, it's the shit.
Stop it. Stop it right now. You guys should do your top 10 favorite kills. We should. We did our top 10 Halloween kills. We've done our top 10 Friday the 13th kills and our top 10 Nightmare on Elm Street kills.
And we do Child's Play kills?
We had Child's Play. We need to just do our top 10 favorite kills of all time.
We've done all the franchises. We'll just put them all together.
Yeah. I can't tell you that coming up we have because we do have a couple lives coming up, you know, because I want to promote our stuff, and then we'll let you guys promote some of the things that you have coming up. Here the next couple weeks, we are doing our top 10 horror dinner scenes. our top 10 female villains, and our top 10 date night horror movies. So those are the next 3 lives that we'll have going on. Before we get to our number ones, though, real quick, Cody, can you tell people what you have coming up on your channel? Kind of promote yourself a little bit.
Yeah, so on Friday, I will be on a live stream going over my top 8 favorite 90s comedies. That's going to be over on Hard Copy Blues, Vin's channel. So that's not my channel. But my channel, that's still not my channel. So I have another video coming out for another channel. It's going to be top 5 Stallone movies, and that's going to be on another channel. And then I don't know what I have coming up for my channel, but I have something coming up. I just kind of go as I please. I think I'm going to do I have a small but mighty record collection that I kind of want to share with everybody. It's all soundtracks, so I think I'm going to do that soon. And I'm waiting for my Vinegar Syndrome order, so I'll probably do an unboxing with that. So we will see.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
What about you, Mel? What do you have coming up for people? Not just on yours, but on the Rad Pack and all that. What can you tell us about what you guys have coming up?
So we do have a Rad Pack episode coming up on the 25th of this month, and it's going to be our Ask Us Anything live Q&A show. So if you want to submit a short video to radpackrules@gmail.com, we will play it on the episode and answer your question. So
That's
if
awesome.
you guys want to submit a question, that would be really cool. And then we'll play it and we'll answer it on the live Q&A, and then we hang out with the chat and that kind of stuff. So that's coming up on the 25th. Those are really fun shows. They're our favorite ones to do. I'm also
what's the email?
It's radpackrules@gmail.com.
That's actually how I got my start. I submitted a question to their last one, and they answered it, and then after that I started a channel. True story.
It was actually really amazing because we got a submission from Lepke Vision Films, and we were like, man, we've never even seen this guy. And then he has his video with his amazing voice, and we were like, oh my God, this is Lepke. And then of course we were like, you need to start a channel, dude.
And now I'm here.
And we appreciate the fact that you are here. I don't ignore that one. It's not radpackrules@gmail.com.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a boomer. radpackrules@gmail.com, guys. Send in your question. Ashley and I will be doing that. So
it's super fun.
Very excited. Like I said, man, not only is Mel a part of the Rad Pack, and you guys know what she means to us, Born to be Rad, Ken from Married with Media, Justin, who is just one of the most perfect people ever. The Rad Pack is just so fucking beautiful and so amazing. So if you guys haven't checked them out, make sure you're checking them out too, because they are literally a fucking Rad Pack. So very excited to see what you guys have coming up. It's just one of those things where there are certain people in this community that you run into that they leave a bad taste in your mouth. Obviously we've all had those, and I'm sure I've been that for some people. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. A lot of people can't stand awesome, but I will say that the whole Rad Pack, every chance I've gotten to work with all of you, it's been amazing. I've appreciated every single chance I've gotten to work with every single member of the Rad Pack. And it's something that, Garrett, I I love all you guys, and I would work with you any chance I got. So Ashley and I will definitely be submitting a video for you guys either tonight or tomorrow.
Yay! Well, we love you too, and we love working with you too. That's
the best part of this community. Right. They're watching fuck it. You see what he said about Green Child? So, Cody, if you would, could you give us your number 10 through number 1, my friend?
Yeah. So number 10 was Leprechaun 4 in Space, but I'd like to switch that to Origins. Number
Ken made the rules clear.
Yeah. Number 9 was Alien vs. Predator. Number 8, Hollow Man 2. Number 7, The Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. Number 6, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. 5, Jack Frost 2. 4, Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension. Number 3, Urban Legends, Bloody Mary, which is the third one. And then number 2 is I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. And then number 1. So this is the first time a sequel has ever made me not like the first one. And that, so okay, yeah, this is weird. So I saw the first one. I thought the first one was kind of boring, but then the end happened, and I was like, "Oh, I really like that," and it made the movie for me. And then I went and saw the second one, and the second one I thought was a pretty good movie. And then the ending destroyed the whole movie and destroyed the first one for me. And that's the first time a movie has ever done that to where I hated it, and I just will never watch the first one or this one again. And that's Bram's The Boy 2.
Oh,
okay.
Well, I mean, it
See what you did
completely
there.
undoes everything
Yeah.
they did in part one.
It did, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Dude, I get it, man.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like that's a fucking genius choice,
Mhm.
man. Like for real, like that's genius because that's one of those movies that you're right. You get done watching it and you're like, what the hell just happened?
Mhm.
It undoes everything that they did in part one.
Yeah, it bothered me. and I was like, I know it's just a movie, but man, that movie bothered me to where I was like, I'm canceling the first one too. You know,
I'm done.
He's like, that movie ruined my Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how about you, Mel? What's your 10 through 1, please?
Okay, so number 10 was Lawnmower Man 2, 9 From Dusk Till Dawn, all of them except for the first one. 8 Teen Wolf 2, 7 American Psycho 2, 6 Exorcist 2, 5 Carrie 2, 4 Halloween Kills, 3 Lost Boys Tribe and Thirst, 2 Sinister 2, and 1. This one just really bugged me, and there was no reason for it. We didn't need it. Nobody asked for it. It was The Thing 2011. It's like a prequel. It's basically just a redo of the remake of The Thing.
Yeah.
But with a chick instead of Kurt Russell. So I don't know. It didn't work for me. Even the monster looked the same.
But it was garbage CGI.
Yeah.
The worst CGI.
Yeah, the whole thing, just the ending was bugged me. I don't know. The whole thing just upset me. I found it very upsetting because The Thing is one of the greatest remakes ever, you know. And then to do a prequel and do it like this was very upsetting.
Well, and what made me the most mad is that movie had the opportunity to be great. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but they have a practical effects cut of the movie. And the idea of making it a surprise prequel, I loved all that. But then you watch it and you're like, what the fuck happened? You know, because I've always talked about my top 3 practical effect films are A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, American Werewolf in Paris, or I'm sorry, in London.
I was like,
in
what?
London, and The Thing. And then you have The Thing prequel, which was all done with CGI, which is dog shit. Paris, which is a sequel that was all done in CGI and looks like dog shit. And the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, which was all CGI and looks like dog shit. So
God, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake was terrible.
When you take a movie that is known for its practical effects and you just try to redo that with CGI, you're fucking it up.
Well, and didn't I read somewhere that they wanted to do it with practical effects, maybe even started doing it with practical effects, and they're like, no, let's cut this and we'll just do CGI. Isn't that what happened?
They did a whole they did the whole movie with practical effects, and the studio came in and was like, no.
That's what they did with The Curse as well.
Yeah. So that's a bummer. Yeah.
Or The Curse.
So Ashley's going to give her honorable mention up to number 2. And then I'll give my honorable mentions up to number 2. And we will together give our number 1. I figured our number 1 was going to be the same one, but you want to give yours, babe?
Yeah. My honorable mention was The Fly 2. 10 was Jaws 2. 9 was Book of Shadows, Blair Witch Project 2. 8 was Final Destination 4. 7, A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. 6 was Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. 5, Texas Chainsaw 3D. 4 was Leprechaun Origins. 3 is The Nun. 2 is Friday the 13th, Part 8.
All right. So my honorable mentions were Leprechaun Origins and Hellraiser Revelations. My number 10 was Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. 9, Jaws the Revenge. 8, I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. 7, Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. 6, Halloween 6, The Dumb Faces of Paul Rudd. 5, Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. 4, Creepshow 3. 3 was A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. 2, American Werewolf in Paris. And our number 1, obviously, As If There Was Ever a Doubt. Now I'm going to say this real quick. You need to, Cal. Not 2011, but The Thing is one of the best horror movies of all time.
I love The Thing. Yeah.
The practical effects are great. The soundtrack is one of the most underrated scores of all time.
There's some really good jump scares. Yeah.
Yes. So I wanted to talk about something good before we started talking about a big piece of shit like this.
Oh my God.
It's insane.
Now, I want you guys to know that was not a clip from Team America World Police. That was from The Exorcist 2, The Heretic. Please release the practical cut. I just got to say, The Exorcist 2, I hate it. Not only do I think this is my least favorite horror movie sequel, I think this is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
It's bad. It is bad. Like Linda Blair, like her overacting is I don't know if she's trying to I don't know what she's trying to do, but
she's like, I'm getting paid, fuck it.
Yeah,
I don't care.
She way overacts. And then not only that, but I feel like we missed out on Exorcist 3 because we hated Exorcist 2 so much.
If you guys recall earlier, I said my number 1, I hate for another reason.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Like Exorcist 3 is like a hidden gem that we didn't
never watch.
Yeah. So and then we went and we watched all of them, and I was pissed. Like, oh well, we missed out on Exorcist 3 this entire time because Exorcist 2 is dog shit.
I think The Exorcist 3.
I feel like that happened to a lot of people.
I would say so many people did that.
Yeah, because Exorcist is probably the movie that scared me the most growing up.
It's a terrifying movie.
Exorcist 3 is in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. George C. Scott's amazing in that movie. Brad Dourif is fucking great.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah.
It's more of a supernatural slasher. There is so much about The Exorcist 3. I think it's so fucking good. Like it is such a great fucking movie. The Gemini Killer, like Father Karras is back. And then
and the way he flips the Gemini Killer.
Yes, he's so good.
So good.
And you got all these amazing things. And then in The Exorcist 2, you got things like this.
It's just it's the insane subplot about the breeding of locusts in Africa, and it's just what are we doing?
And just one more time, I want you guys to know this is in The Exorcist 2.
That's actually my favorite movie of all time, so I don't appreciate that.
I knew you were going to say that.
I just for people that watch the channel, we genuinely do try to be positive people. We genuinely try to do favorites and uplifting, because I would never want to shit on someone's art.
Except for
I would shit on The Exorcist 2 in front of my
literally.
I just this movie, and then like she said, once we watched The Exorcist 3, I was sitting in my room
even and more mad at The Exorcist 2. Fuck you, Exorcist 2.
How could you do this to me?
I know.
It's
it's boring, and I feel like there's no there's no climax, there's no anything. It goes nowhere.
It was definitely boring.
Yeah.
You know where it does go though?
Yes, we know. It goes there.
It's just so bad. But tell me honestly, I'm not trying to overdo this, guys.
Yeah,
tell me this doesn't look like it could have been in Team America World Police.
It does. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Like, that's what I like. Like, if you get in trouble, give us a signal. Like, it's so ridiculous, and it's one of those movies that, like I said, there's so many reasons to dislike The Exorcist 2, and I've had people that have been like, "Dude, is it really that bad?"
It is.
I dare you to watch it.
Yeah.
I dare you. Like, it really, really bummed me out that this movie. Can you imagine what the Exorcist franchise could have done had this movie not existed? If we had gone from The Exorcist to The Exorcist 3, because that's the logical connection.
And then 4 and 5 really don't have to exist.
Well,
either.
4 and 5 are
They're the same movie. Yeah.
I will say though, in The Exorcist 4, because Exorcist 4 and 5, you're right, they are exactly the same movie. They're the same movie. It's crazy, but the scene in The Exorcist 4, and it kills me every time I watch it, when the Nazis have all the people out they're making the priest point out people to kill, and he's like, "Please God," and he's like, "God is not here today, priest," and he's shooting all these people right in front. Like, that scene killing. He goes up to the little kid at the end. Like, that scene fucking destroys me every time. Like, but it could have been anything else, but it didn't have to be part of the Exorcist franchise.
Right.
That, again, cash grab. But if you would have had just The Exorcist and then The Exorcist 2, which was The Exorcist 3, that those two together could have been such a good 1-2 punch, right on par with Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. That's how much I enjoy both those movies. So, real quick, guys, we will catch up on the chat before we let everybody go. Thank you, Tatum. It's always great to see you. Yeah, we love you guys all being here in the live streams. Patrick liked The Fly too, babe.
Really?
She's like, huh, that's.
So do I.
All right. Of course you do.
Right. And Chris, every time someone talks about The Thing, I think of you, Chris, because I know that's Chris's favorite movie of all time. So whenever people talk about that movie, I'm like, Chris is smiling somewhere right now. These sledge lists can be hurtful. Jason and Freddie hate. Listen, I've defended Jason and Freddie, but
and I defended Michael.
I just got to say, those two movies are dog shit. Okay, they're bad. Excellent pick for number 1. We agree.
Thanks.
Oh, you don't like Exorcist 3, Louis? Wow, I love that movie. That's sad, but to each their own. Still better than my worst sequel pick, which is, you got to let me know what your worst sequel is. What did you think about the love scene in World Police? The best part of the love scene in Team America World Police is when she's like, "If only you could promise me you'd never die, I'd make love to you right now." And he's like, "I promise I will never die." Great, man. Like, that was my favorite part of that whole. It was a little ridiculous seeing the puppet sex. Like, that to me was like, what the fuck are we doing here, guys? Watching that scene to me was kind of like, I'm not gonna play the whole thing again, but Team America World Police is another movie that I fucking adore. I think it's she hates it. She doesn't like the idea of the puppeteers and stuff. I think it's genius. I love the movie. Shaim says Halloween Kills. Evil Dies Tonight. Fair enough. Yes. It's me. What's he saying? Looks like he's saying, kiss me, smart ass motherfucker. So funny. Chris and yes, please watch soon, Cal. Let us know what you think. I think you'll really enjoy the movie. Mika, thank you. We can't wait to have you back for our top 10 female villains.
Yeah.
Bye, girl.
Hey, appreciate that, Louis. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
The disparity in quality of Exorcist 1 and 2 is ridiculous. One of the best movies ever to one of the worst. Yes. Shaheem, thank you for coming out, buddy. We always have a great time with you. So guys, we want to say thank you again. And we are at the end here, but if you haven't already, we've said it a couple times, and Shitface will tell you again. Make sure you guys are watching.
Oh,
and guys, if you don't know, go in the description. If you want, our merchandise is available for purchase. So we'd love to see you with your Sledgehammer horror beanie or shirt. It would mean a lot to us. Coffee cup, whatever. Pretty soon we're going to have Sledgehammer horror panties with Ashley's face on them. So I'll be wearing those.
So you can fart on them.
Yep. Yeah. I didn't say where the face would be. I'm gonna wear a thong backwards.
I was just gonna say.
But it was amazing to have everybody here. And if you haven't, make sure you're subscribing to Dude Who Loves Movies, Cody, My Killer Podcast, Mel. Make sure that you guys are supporting their channels as well, because they're not only great content creators, they're amazing people that we are honestly so honored to call friends.
Mhm.
So make sure you are supporting them as well. Maybe you get a little more shit-faced Glenda over there. So Mel, Cody, please don't go anywhere. We got a couple more questions for you. Everyone else, as always, keep talking horror.
Stay who you are.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Now we got 20